Capricorn, welcome to your weekly sidereal forecast for July 27th through August 2nd. My name is Athen. So, a very simple week, actually. We've got a full moon this week on Friday, leading into it, the Jupiter squaring up to your ruler Saturn this week. So, a couple things that are very important. Your ruler goes station direct as well. Other than that, nothing else in the astrology. So, let's go ahead and look at it, and I'll dive into it in detail so you can see what this looks like for you guys personally. So, before we do, let's look at last weekend coming into this week, because it was an important one. We had Mars squaring up to Uranus, and then we had Uranus and Venus going retrograde. So a lot of the shifting energy, and in terms of this square up to Mars, if you felt like there was any type of things to change in your life, to revolutionize in your life, or especially involving your routine, your health, your diet, or maybe even home family related things, or things relating to networking and such, or your work, it is very important this week, Monday and Tuesday in particular, to continue to make those changes there, so you can have more of this freedom. And this has been Uranus helping you gain more freedom with your communications and the way you learn and think about things and things like that. So now Uranus is retrograde, so reflecting on that this early part of the week, how you can have more excitement and freedom there in your life to free up the mind and free up the communications, and then putting that so that you can put in that energy, especially with the health, diet, routine, etc. This week. Now Venus retrograde is about learning about our values and reflecting on that now for the next couple months, and this is right now involving your 8th house, the deeper aspects of life, what's going on behind the scenes, spirituality in the sense of transformation and growth, and deeper bonds, deeper connections, things like that. Also reflecting on your career, and also on your self-expression will be important, since Venus does rule your 10th and your 5th house. So that being said, that's kind of the beginning of the week, Monday and Tuesday in particular. And then going into Wednesday, Jupiter then squares up to your ruler, which is actually quite nice for those of you who are ruled by Saturn, Capricorn and Aquarius. The reason is because Jupiter comes off as a benefic, and this is your ruler. So you guys are naturally very grounded, very Saturnine in nature, of course, very disciplined. So Jupiter here comes in and kind of lifts that up and expands that and helps you see more possibilities. So that being said, the square is about taking action, though, and it is about seeing those opportunities and making them into a reality. So very disciplined energy this week, especially because we have the full moon in your 1st house, which I'll talk about in Capricorn. So a lot of this, structuring type of stuff going on this week. Now, this is involving your 7th house in particular, where you've had Jupiter transiting for about the past year. Hopefully you've seen these opportunities to connect, have one-on-one connections, business-related things, contracts, legal matters. All of that should have been expanding for you, generally speaking, for all of you. And so now Jupiter's finishing up this transit of that 7th house. It's about to go into your 8th next week. So before he does, the square up to your ruler is signifying that there is certainly that hard work and discipline to now maybe really, finalize anything relating to that 7th house, especially involving relationships, to bring in that commitment, hard work, discipline, and maturity there to help you build this into the long term. So that being said, Jupiter does also rule your 12th house and 3rd house, so disciplined with the alone time, spiritual time, and also with your communications and exchanges as well. So that's going to be the strongest emphasis. One other thing too is that Saturn recently went back into your 10th house here this month in July. And so there was there's this opportunity now through August for you to really discipline the career stuff and finish up and finalize some things there, so you can discipline, create a foundation there in that 10th house of yours. And all those foundations that you build now will be there for the next 27, 28 years, so to speak, because that's not, Saturn won't be back into that 10th until then. So anything that you've been thinking about, structuring there in that 10th house this month, I really recommend it, especially this week and next, while the expansive Jupiter energies are coming into the 10th, requiring that energy and action and intention to build those foundations there. So that's going to be the highlight. Like I said, it's the only major aspect, and it starts on Wednesday, goes into the following week. A couple things too we can look at to get a little more information of this is the ruler of Libra, Venus. Continuing to reflect on those deeper aspects of life, bonds, your values in general, your career, and your self-expression will be facilitating because this is the ruler, the depositor of your ruler right now. So it's very important to be reflecting on those deeper things, etc., which will be helping bring out that disciplined energy. Likewise, the ruler of Leo, the sun, which is where Jupiter's transiting, it shows us how we can bring about more of this opportunity with relationships. And so for you, the sun, roughly about a week ago, went into your 7th house. So there's hopefully a lot of illumination, a lot of awareness about your one-on-one connections, about marriage and contracts and business dealings and things like that. So there is the intention there, which is the sun and the awareness. So utilizing that and seeing that, especially when it comes from the feelings, which is the feelings sort of conveying this, which is the sun in Cancer right now for everybody, will be then helping you see more of those possibilities there. But it comes through that awareness and that intention there with anything involving that 7th house. Excuse me. So that's going to be, like I said, major thing this week starting on Wednesday. Then on Friday, we have that full moon in your 1st house. So this is all about, culmination point since your guys' new beginnings that you had 6 months ago of that 1st house now culminating. So anything you started around that time period can certainly come ahead at this time. And with all this energy in your 7th house of relationships, of seeing that as well. There's this awareness, there's this illumination, like I was saying, both of self, where you can really see your goals, where you're headed, what you want in life, as well as your relationships, how those are unfolding. So there's a good clarity there around Friday involving that, and also culmination point of the self. Also culmination of anything new you started around routine about 2 weeks ago, and that's what this whole sort of lunar cycle is about for you, also about relationships. The relationship stuff you'll probably notice a little bit more personally going into next week when we have Mars go in there in the new moon 2 weeks from now. So that will be certainly setting new beginnings for relationships, but right now continuing with especially the health, routine, diet, work, and craft related stuff can also come ahead around Friday. So Saturday and Sunday, we have your ruler finally going station direct. So a lot of you guys, you've been feeling a lot more of that introverted, reflective kind of energy, things not moving forward, etc. Will start to move forward for you Saturday and Sunday going into next week, which is very nice. So something to consider there. Reflect over the weekend too, how you can implement some of this important stuff with work and career. Now, also over the weekend, Mercury does trine up to Uranus, so there is this excitement coming in through relationships, a really good weekend for that, especially when it's involving the health, routine, and also philosophy and expansion there over the weekend. I do recommend it, one-on-one connections in general, and I think you'll find all that very exciting. All right, Capricorn, so have a nice week. Thank you again for all of your support. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I'll talk to you all next time.